Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to deliver the lecture which is topic on elements of group 16, 17 and 18. It is the topic number 7 in your textbook. This topic is very important according to CET syllabus. It has 4% weightage. So it has 4% weightage in CET. They may ask 2 or 3 questions from this topic. So it is an inorganic topic, inorganic chemistry topic. So from this, we already know the group elements of group 13, 14 and 15. And now we are studying group 16, 17 and 18. So these are the P block element. Let us see some important concepts which is related to elements of group 16, 17 and 18. So this is a modern periodic table. It is divided in 4 blocks. You know that already. S block, so it is a first, there are 18 period and 7 column in which this 18 period, so it is a S block. First is a S block, then it is B block, B block, it is P block. These are the P block element, and this is F block. So these are 4 blocks of modern periodic table. First one is the S block, that is 1 and 2 groups. Then 3 to 12, these are the D block group. These are the P block element, that is group 13 to 18. And these are the lanthanide and actinide series, which is known as F block element. So S, D, P and F. We are dealing with this topic, that is P block element. P block elements, not full P block element, only these 3 columns, that is 16, 17 and 18. Last 3 columns, 16, 17 and 18. So 16 groups, that is oxygen family. 17 fluorine, chlorine, that is halogen family. And last 18, it is noble gas or inert gas. So these are the 3 groups which are considering in this P block element. So for this topic only we are dealing with this 16, 17 and 18 group. See the elements in 16 group. तुम्हाला यामध्ये काय काय लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे, तर कोणत्या एलिमेंट कोणत्या ब्लॉक मध्ये आहे, त्याच्या प्रॉपर्टीज काय आहे. तुम्ही एक सिरीज लक्षात ठेवली तर त्यावरून तुम्ही 3 सिरीज लक्षात ठेवू शकता. म्हणजे सेम प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत, फक्त तुम्हाला रिमेंबर पहिले एलिमेंट्स आणि त्याचा ॲटॉमिक नंबर माहिती पाहिजे, त्यावरून तुम्ही इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन देऊ शकता. सो ऑक्सिजन फॅमिलीमध्ये ऑक्सिजन, सल्फर, सेलेनियम, टेलेनियम, पोलोनियम अँड लिबेरियम. Then this oxygen, see the group 16. When we go down the group, atomic size will be increases. So down the group, atomic size is increases. Then magnetic, let us see which are physical properties are related to these 3 blocks. So magnetic properties, electronegativity. Oxygen is the most abundant in the air, as well as oxygen is the most electronegative element. So we are focused on this oxygen because many questions are asked on this oxygen. Then sulfur also, selenium, telenium and polonium. आता मी जरी सांगितलं तुम्हाला down the group atomic size is increases, but melting point physical properties down to group, melting point and boiling point will be increases. But there is one exception in this oxygen family also, that is polonium has less boiling point and melting point than tellurium. So because of van der Waals forces, there is a less van der Waals interaction. Van der Waals interactions, that is a big interaction forces between the atomic radii of the nucleus and outer orbital. So it is a big van der Waals forces. In polonium, there is a very big van der Waals forces. Hence, melting point of this polonium, it is expected that it has higher the melting point than tellurium, but actually it is less than the tellurium. So remember this exception also, polonium and tellurium. Other elements are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium. There is a increase in boiling point when we down to the group. जसं तुम्ही डाऊन द ग्रुप याल, जसं त्याचा नंबर आहे ऑक्सिजनचा, सल्फर, atomic size, melting point, boiling point, these physical properties are down the group, they are increases. Then these are the halogen. Group 6, 17 elements are fluorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine. Let us see also there is a atomic number 9, 17, 35, 53 and 85. And in that there is a one radioactive halogen, that is iodine. So iodine is a radioactive halogen, and also remember this iodine is in a solid state. Other are not in solid state, but iodine is a solid state. So these properties are very important. Then this helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radium. Then these elements are called as inert gas element. They are noble gas. Means their outer orbital, their electronic configurations is outer orbital or its valence shell is fulfilled. Their configuration is 2 and 8. In last shell, there is a last, when we write the configurations, electronic configuration of this inert gas, we see that in last shell there is a 2 and 8. So here octet is complete. So all elements in the periodic table are try to attain this noble gas configuration. Means what? त्यांच्या लास्ट व्हॅलन्स शेल मध्ये 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आहेत, ऑक्टेट कंप्लीट झालेला आहे. सो दे आर स्टेबल, they are now neither electropositive nor electronegative. They are stable gases. They are inert. Inert means what? They do not react with any other gases. ते कोणत्याही एलिमेंट सोबत, जो लास्ट ग्रुप आहे 18 ग्रुप, which is inert gases which do not react with any other element. So other elements are try to attain this position, that is attain this octet, to complete this octet, and they are try to achieve the noble gas or inert gas electronic configuration. When oxygen is also tried to complete its octet, some other elements are also try to complete this octet, and to complete this octet they are reacted with the any other element. ते काय करतात, ते आपलं ऑक्टेट कंप्लीट होण्यासाठी they going towards the stability. When stability is occur due to the formation of this octet, when there is a octet is complete, then they are stable. So all elements other than inert gases or noble gases, they are try to achieve this noble gas configuration. So these are called as noble gas. Oxygen family, halogen family and noble gases. So these are called as P block elements. Hence P block elements मध्ये कसं तुम्ही बघितले तर खूप 13 to 18 periods of 13 to 18 is included in the P block element, but we can only deals with these 16, 17 and 18 group. So group 16 elements, it is called as chalcogen. Chalcogen means what? Chalcogen means they form say ore, that is oxide. Oxygen is reacts with any other element to form oxide. Then sulfide. Sulfur is reacts with any other element to form sulfide. So they forming an ore. Hence, it is called as chalcogen. Chalcogen, why oxygen family elements are called as chalcogen? Because when they react with any other element to form oxide, sulfide, so OR elements are formed, hence it is called as chalcogen. So these are called as chalcogen due to their OR forming tendency. Oxygen has the most abundant elements in occurs in free state as O2, 23% by the mass of the atmosphere. It is also occurs in the form of ozone, in the form of mineral as the silicate minerals. Other elements, silicate minerals means silicon dioxide. So ozone, oxygen are 23% oxygen is formed in the O2, then O3. So it is a form of oxygen. SiO2, silicon dioxide, oxygen, then O3 means it is ozone. So other elements of these groups are less abundant in the earth crust. So most occurrence of these oxygen family elements is only oxygen. Oxygen is the topmost element of P block, that is P block element that in group 16, which is most abundant in the air, in the atmosphere. Then trends in atomic and physical properties. When we learn the any group properties or any group properties which is similar to the other properties, तुम्ही जर एक प्रॉपर्टीज इन्क्रीज लर्न केल्या 16 ग्रुप 16 एलिमेंट असेल, ग्रुप 17 और ग्रुप 18 सिमिलर प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत, एकाच फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीनुसार सगळे. हा जो ऑक्सिजन फॅमिलीचा ट्रेंड आहे तोच ट्रेंड तुम्हाला 17 मध्ये पण दिसेल आणि 18 मध्ये पण तोच ट्रेंड दिसेल. जसं मी इथे सांगितलं होतं 17 ग्रुप मध्ये आयोडीन इज अ रेडिओ ऍक्टिव्ह एलिमेंट. Similarly, remember this group 18 element in which all elements are inert gas. They are noble gas, but exception is this rhenium. Rn is a radioactive element. Radioactive element means what? They use the radiation. Then trends in atomic and physical properties. Atomic and ionic radii. When we go down the group, atomic radii and ionic radii will be increases. So atomic size will be also increases down to the group. जसं तुम्ही ग्रुपच्या डाऊन ऑक्सिजन पासून पोलोनियम पर्यंत याल, तशीच ती atomic size and atomic radii will be increases. So down the group, atomic size, atomic radii will be increases. Then ionization enthalpy of group 16 elements are lower than the group 15 elements because of electronic configuration of group 15 element is symmetrical and more stable. So ionization enthalpy will be also, it is also increases down the group. Then electron gain enthalpy. So electron gain enthalpy will be decreases when we go from oxygen to down the group. So electron gain enthalpy आहे ती decrease होते. Atomic size increase, electron gain enthalpy will be decreases. So atomic size will be increases. Atomic size is increases and gain enthalpy will be, electron gain enthalpy is decreases. Down to group, electron gain enthalpy will be decreases. So which properties increases, which properties decreases, that also remember. Atomic and ionic radii will be increases and electron gain enthalpy will be decreases. Electronegativity, oxygen is the second most electronegative element. The elements of these groups have higher value of group than 15 due to the smaller size of atoms. So electronegative elements, that is oxygen is the most electronegative element. Then polonium is however metallic and nature, but it is a radioactive. तो प्रत्येक ग्रुपमध्ये तुम्हाला काय लक्ष ठेवायचं आहे, पिरियोडिक टेबल मध्ये जे 3 आपण ग्रुप आता स्टडी करणार आहोत त्या प्रत्येक ग्रुपमध्ये एक रेडिओएक्टिव्ह एलिमेंट आहे. इन ग्रुप 16 पोलोनियम इज अ रेडिओएक्टिव्ह एलिमेंट. In group 17, iodine is a radioactive halogen, and group 18, Rn is a radioactive element. So inert gas in halogen family or in oxygen family, there is a one element which is radioactive element. So they may ask the question that is, which is radioactive halogen? So they give the options like that is polonium, tellurium, iodine, and Rn. So correct option is iodine because they ask a question that is, which is radioactive halogen. So तुम्हाला लास्ट सीईटी वरती असा क्वेश्चन होता की which form of the iodine, which of the following halogen is in a solid state? So iodine is a solid state. So in this way, remember these three elements which I have underlined. These three elements are radioactive elements. Then melting point and boiling point. These are the important characteristics of these are important physical properties of the element. Melting point and boiling point increases down the group due to the increase in atomic size and van der Waals force of attraction. But when we go down the group, it is a melting point and boiling point will be increases. Down the group, melting point and boiling point will be increases. But exception is tellurium and polonium. Polonium has less melting point than tellurium. It has less boiling point, melting point and boiling point than tellurium because it has less van der Waals forces, van der Waals force of attraction, that is weak force of attraction. So tellurium has greater boiling point than polonium. Then oxidation state. Oxidation state will be also decreases when down the group. Down the group असेल तर oxidation state decrease होईल due to the inert pair effect. Then chemical reactivity. Oxygen is the most reactive in the 16 group. Sulfur is also very reactive at high temperature. The reactivity decreases down the group. So melting point, boiling point will be increases. Electron gain enthalpy will be decreases. Oxidation state will be decreases. Chemical reactivity also decreases. So you have to remember which properties is decreases, which physical properties increases. So shortly this which properties increases, which properties decreases. So atomic size is increases. Atomic size is increases. Then ionization enthalpy will be increases. Electron gain enthalpy will be decreases. Electron gain enthalpy is a decreases. Then electronegativity, oxygen is most electronegative than other element. So non-metallic character, which is polonium, is radioactive element. Remember this. Then selenium and tellurium are the metalloids. Who are non-metalloids? Non-metallic, that is oxygen and sulfur are the non-metallic. Oxygen and sulfur. These highlighted points are remembered because of the questions may ask on these properties, physical properties. Which of the following elements is a non-metallic? So tellurium, polonium, oxygen, and any other element, chlorine. So answer is oxygen. Oxygen and sulfur are the non-metallic. Selenium and tellurium are the metalloids. Polonium is, however, metallic in nature, but it is a radioactive. Then melting point and boiling point. Melting point and boiling point will be increases in down the group. So it is a increases, but exception is polonium and tellurium. Remember this exception. Polonium has less boiling point than telenium. So it is an exception. Oxidation state will be down the group is decreases. Down the group oxidation state will be decreases. Then chemical reactivity also decreases when we down the group. Then reactivity towards the hydrogen. All these elements of this group from hydrides of general formula H2E, where E is equal to oxygen, sulfur, selenium, telenium and polonium. The thermal stability of hydrides decreases down the group. So it is the thermal stability will be decreases because of the size of central atom will be increases when we go down the group. So size of atom will be increases, the reactivity towards the hydrogen will be decreases. Then reducing character. Oxygen forms a more strong bond with the hydrogen than the sulfur, than selenium, than telenium. So most electronegative element is the oxygen, hence which forms a strong bond with the hydrogen. So it is a more strong bond. Then reducing character. Reducing characters is increases down the group because as the size of central atom will be increases, bond strength of elements and hydrogen bond will be decreases. So its character reducing characters is increases. When we go down the group, the bond between the hydrogen and an element will be decreases, where less interaction between the hydrogen and that element. Because hydrogen bonding means what? It is a bond between the hydrogen and electronegative element. So in that oxygen family, oxygen is a more electronegative than any other element. Hence, it forms a stronger bond with the oxygen only. Then acidic character, it is a increases down the group due to the decrease in bond strength of EH bond. Bond strength decrease होत असल्यामुळे हायड्रोजन इझिली रिलीज होईल. So there is a acidic character will be increases from down the group. When we go down to group, their acidic character will be increases. एखादं स्ट्रॉंग बॉन्डिंग असेल तर हायड्रोजन रिलीज होणार नाही. सो देर इज अ नो रिलीज ऑफ हायड्रोजन दॅट मच अँड हेन्स when we go down the group, it is increase hydrogen bond will be acidic character will be increases when we go down the group. Then reactivity towards halogen. The elements of this group members of halides in the oxidation state, that is +1, +2, +3, +4 and +6. So +6 is the oxidation state of sulfur. They form the halogen atom. They form a reactivity towards the halogen atom. Only with the fluorine forms a hexahalides. Their relative stability is decreases down the group. Because of size of central atom will be increases, electronegativity decreases. तो या तुम्हाला लक्षात यामध्ये काय ठेवायचे तर फ्लोरीन फक्त त्यामध्ये रिॲक्ट होतोय. बाकीचे जे हॅलोजन्स आहेत दे आर नॉट फॉर्म they are not reacting with the any other element. So fluorine with reacts with sulfur, selenium and tellurium, that is the hexahalides are formed, SF6, SEF6 and TEF6. Because of when we go down the group, atomic size will be increases and electronegativity will be decreases. In group 16, so dioxygen means oxygen molecule. There is a formation dioxygen is prepared by following methods: by decomposition of oxygen rich compounds. So preparation methods are also important. They may ask only one question, that is on preparation methods of oxygen. Preparation methods of oxygen. Dioxygen means what? It is a dioxygen. O2 is a dioxygen. So it is a dioxygen may be prepared by the natural method also, but by the laboratory method also. Laboratory method, dioxygen is produced by heating of mixture of potassium chloride and manganese dioxide in the ratio of 4:1 in a hard glass test tube at 147 degrees Celsius. In the laboratory, dioxygen is produced by heating a mixture of potassium chloride and manganese dioxide in the ratio of 4:1 in a glass test tube. So there is a formation of 3 molecules of oxygen. It is a dioxygen is formed. One oxygen, and oxygen will combine with any other another oxygen to form dioxygen. So it is a dioxygen molecule. It is a gas. It can also be prepared by laboratory by the action of water on sodium peroxide. Sodium peroxide reacts with water to form NaOH and oxygen. So these are the laboratory methods. These two are the laboratory methods. Industrial and or commercial methods. So commercial methods, most popular methods of formation of oxygen is hydrolysis of water to form hydrogen and oxygen. This hydrogen and oxygen will be collected. Oxygen gas will be collected. These are the product of electrolysis. Electrolysis of water. The product electrolysis of water containing small amount of mineral acid or alkali. So dioxygen can also prepared by the electrolysis of water. Electrolysis. Electro means electrons are passed, or lysis means breakdown. So water molecules will be break into the two elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen. So these oxygen will be collected and it is a commercially uses. So industrial or oxygen commercial methods is electrolysis of water, or it is a liquefaction of air followed by the fractional distillation. So airचं liquefaction करून fractional distillation ही method पण commercial method to form the dioxygen. So these are the some properties of dioxygen, that is it is colorless, odorless, tasteless gas. It is slightly soluble in water, sustain in marine and aquatic life. It liquefied at 183 degrees Celsius and freezes at 218 minus 218 degrees Celsius. So dioxygen is a neutral to litmus. It is not acid or it not base. It gives the neutral reaction with the litmus paper. It is not combustible, means it do not burns, but when it helps to burn, hence it is supports to combustion. Self it is not burnt when it supports to combustion. Oxidation is a powerful oxidizing agent, can oxidize to metal, non-metal and other compounds. So it is a powerful oxidizing agent. Sodium reacts with oxygen to form sodium oxide. So these are the oxide properties. When it reacts with the calcium, it forms calcium oxide. Sodium oxide, calcium oxide is formed. Hence it is called as chalcogen. Why it is called as chalcogen? Because they form say oxide or over forming tendency. It is called as chalcogen. Then these are the uses of oxygen. This point is this point is also important. Uses of oxygen. So oxygen Oxygen cylinders are widely used in hospitals. You know that these are the very important uses of oxygen. Then oxides, we already know the oxides. Neutral oxide, that is carbon monoxide, then carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, and nitrogen dioxide. So these are the neutral oxide. So there is a many form of oxygen. It is dioxygen. Now it is ozone. Ozone means O3. So it is also important point, that is structure of ozone, physical properties of ozone, that we also know. It may ask the question on uses of ozone. So it is used for the bleaching oils, ivory flavor, and starch. It acts as an oxidizing agent in the manufacture of potassium permanganate. Then sulfur is an also important element. Sulfur having the hybridization of sulfur. So in last CAT exam, they asked the question on sulfur is a, what is the hybridization state of sulfur in sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide, it is a double bond character, hence double bond sp2. Why it is sp2? Because it has double bond character. Then sulfur is reacts with hydrogen to form water and sulfur dioxide. Sulfide ores are formed. Sulfides ores are industrially, it is produced as a byproduct of the roasting of sulfide ores. So sulfide ores are roasting. They are called as also chalcogen because they form say sulfide ores. So sulfide ores are roasting and there is a formation of sulfur dioxide. So it is also form of sulfur. Sulfur dioxide is used in a refining petroleum sugar and in bleaching. So it is an important characteristic, important uses. Which of the following is a bleaching agent? That is sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is a bleaching agent. Then it is wool and silk, and it is an anti-color, disinfectant, and preservative. So this bleaching and it is used in refining petroleum and sugar industry. Sulfur dioxide is used in petroleum and sugar industry. Sulfuric acid is important. Sulfuric acid, you know the structure of sulfuric acid. It is has also sp2 hybridization state. It uses of sulfuric acid, that is one by one we can see the uses of sulfuric acid. Not going detail, but also highlight this uses. That is dehydrating agent. Means what? Sulfuric acid absorb the water, hence it is called as dehydrating agent. It is oxidizing agent. It forms a oxacids, hence it is called as oxidizing agent. So this is a structure of sulfuric acid, H2SO4. H2SO4. But it is not reducing agent. It is a nitrating agent. It is used as a catalyst. It used as a dehydrating agent. So these are the properties of sulfuric acid. H2SO4 च्या properties त्यामध्ये काय काय येईल? First property is it is used as a catalyst. Catalyst means it speed up the reaction. Then nitrating agent. It is used in nitrating mixture to form nitronium ion, that is NO2 plus. Nitration reaction मध्ये ह्याचा रोल आहे. Catalyst and also it is dehydrating agent. And one important property, it is oxidizing agent. but it is not reducing agent. It is not reducing agent. So these are the important characteristics of sulfuric acid: catalyst, nitrating, dehydrating. Nitrating mixture means what? When we carried out the nitration, it is used with the HNO3, that is nitric acid. Nitric acid and sulfuric acid are mixed together. There is a formation of nitrous acid, HNO2, and it will be further reacts with sulfuric acid. Then there is a formation of NO2 plus. NO2 plus means nitronium ion. So these are the important properties of oxygen and sulfur. Let us see the questions. Which questions are asked in the recent 2 to 3 years CET exam, as well as some important practice question which is asked on these topics, that is elements of group 16, 17 and 18. So in group 15 also and 16, they may ask, basically questions are asked on P block element. So P block elements चे characteristics आहेत ते सेमच आहेत. All P block elements in let us see the first question. In group 15 elements, density will be increases down the group, decreases down the group, increases still as the decreases still as the increases. So correct option is increases down the group. We know that already. We see the physical properties of group 16, 17 and 18. Similarly, group 15 also has the same property. So P block element वरती हा क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला विचारला जाऊ शकतो. कोणतीही तुम्ही प्रॉपर्टी घेतली तर ती increases down the group or decreases down the group. So we can bifurcate the which property of is increases down the group and which property is decreases. But remember also exceptions. Then antimony exists as metallic form, yellow form and explosive form. So antimony is an element, then metallic form, yellow form and explosive form. तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन विचारताना 11, 12 कंबाईन करून 11th वरती पण तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन्स आहेत. जरी आपण इथे डिस्कस केलेला टॉपिक हा 11, 15, 16, 17, 18 असेल तरी पण तुम्हाला ह्यामध्ये जे क्वेश्चन्स आहेत ते पी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट वरती आहेत. कंप्लीट पी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट. So two stable allotropic form of arsenic. So arsenic is a inert gas element. So allotropic forms means what? It is observed in two forms. That is allotropic form. Their physical properties are also different. So carbon is also in allotropic form. Nitrogen is also found in allotropic form. Allotropic form means its structure is different and its physical properties are totally different from each other, but element is same. That is, arsenic is also element. It form in a two stable allotropic form, that is yellow and metallic forms. So metallic and black, these are the allotropic form of carbon. So beta and gamma forms, alpha and beta forms. So this is the right answer, that is yellow and metallic form. So see these physical properties. The melting point and boiling point of polonium is lower than that of tellurium. It is due to inert pair effect, screening effect, greater nuclear charges and van der Waals forces. When we talk about melting point and boiling point, van der Waals forces is very important. Van der Waals force, that is weak force of interactions. When we go down the group, melting point and boiling point will be increases, but exception is only polonium and tellurium. Polonium has less boiling point and melting point because of less van der Waals force of interaction. Hence, the correct option is van der Waals force of interaction. It is the exceptions of that properties. Then group 16, it is less than extra stable electronic configuration. The IP1 of group 16 is less than group 15 due to the extra stable electronic configuration. जेव्हा आपण when we increase the group 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17, so 15 पासून 16 कडे जाताना इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन हे स्टेबल होत जाते. Hence, extra stable electronic configuration is the answer of this question. Then, the electron gain enthalpy of sulfur is greater than oxygen because smaller size of sulfur. So oxygen, smaller size of sulfur. Which is most? It is correct or not? Oxygen is more. Oxygen is increase in size or sulfur. When we go down the group, atomic size and increase atomic size and radii will be increases. So size is also increases with down the group. So sulfur is bigger size than oxygen. Selenium is bigger size than oxygen. Tellurium is also bigger size than selenium. Polonium is bigger than tellurium. So when we go down the group, atomic size and radii will be increases. So this is a not correct answer. The next option is larger size of oxygen, then electron repulsion due to the smaller size of oxygen, and poor shielding effect. So electron gain enthalpy. So electron, it is a properties that is electron gain enthalpy. Change in the electron gain property is the changes with the temperature, that is called as electron gain enthalpy. This is due to the electronic repulsion due to the smaller size to oxygen. So this is the correct answer. Electronic smaller size of sulfur. सल्फरची साईज स्मॉल नाहीये त्यामुळे हा ऑप्शन येणारच नाही. ऑक्सिजनची साईज लार्ज आहे बट the size is not only reason due to the electron gain enthalpy, electron repulsion due to the smaller size of oxygen. So this is the correct answer. इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन एन्थॅल्पी ही जी प्रॉपर्टी आहे त्याचं मेन रिझन हे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिपल्शन आहे. तो इलेक्ट्रॉन रिपल्शन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिपल्शन जास्त असल्यामुळे आणि ऑक्सिजनची साईज कमी असल्यामुळे सल्फरपेक्षा सल्फरची इलेक्ट्रॉनिक प्रॉपर्टी इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन एन्थॅल्पी इज मोर. देन which of the following gas mixture is used for divers inside the sea? So you know that see the option that is oxygen and xenon. Which element, which gas is found in the sea? So oxygen and xenon. Xenon is an inert gas. It is not found in the sea. Oxygen and argon. Argon is also, oxygen is found, but argon is not. Argon is an inert gases. It is noble gases. It is not found in sea. Then oxygen and helium. It is also inert gases. It is found in the. It is used in balloons. So it is also not found in the sea. So correct option is oxygen and nitrogen, because oxygen oxygen cycle is there, nitrogen cycle is there. So they plant some plant in the sea or in the atmosphere, they use the nitrogen gas as a nitrogen gas. They use nitrogen gas for the production of the food. So nitrogen cycle is there in environment, oxygen cycle is there, nitrogen cycles are there. These are the inert gases: helium, xenon, argon. So oxygen and nitrogen, it is a correct answer. So oxygen is always divalent, whereas sulfur can form 2, 4, and 6 bond. This is because of, so here this question is related to the electronic configuration. Sulfur has electronic configurations. सल्फरचं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये लास्ट जो कॉलम आहे त्यामध्ये 3p3 3d0 आहे, 0. सो 0 मधला 3p4 आहे, 4 मधला एक इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इकडे जाईल. सो देर इज अ यूज ऑफ डी ऑर्बिटल्स. So d orbitals is used in the sulfur electronic configuration, where oxygen it is not. So oxygen मध्ये जी d orbital आहे ती यूज केलेली नाहीये, but sulfur use the d orbital. Hence sulfur contains d orbital, whereas oxygen is not. So this question is basically due to it is based on electronic configuration. You know the electronic configuration, then sulfur, which is contain d orbital, whereas oxygen does not. Hence oxygen is a divalent. Divalent oxygen means what? Oxygen is a divalent means oxygen valency of oxygen is a 2. So it has a double bond characteristics. Next question is, the first ionization enthalpy of group elements is a fall sharp. First option is fall sharply from the oxygen to sulfur. So this question is basically, it is not logical questions. So याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला लॉजिक कोणते वापरायचं नाही, फक्त तुम्हाला फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज प्रॉपर माहिती असतील त्या ग्रुपच्या, तर तुम्ही या टॉपिक मधल्या कुठल्याही क्वेश्चनचं आन्सर देऊ शकता. जसं की हे 3 ग्रुप आहे, एक ग्रुप तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवला तर उरलेल्या तिन्ही ग्रुपच्या सेम प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत. when we go down the group, atomic size and atomic radii will be increases, melting point, boiling point, also melting point character, boiling point character, then radioactive element. So these concepts are very important. And then ionization gain enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, how it is increases or it is decreases down the group. So that you can remember related to these 3 groups. Then you can easily solve the, there is no any problems. या टॉपिक वरती तुम्हाला कोणताही प्रॉब्लेम विचारला, न्यूमेरिकल्स नसतील, फक्त तुम्हाला स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड जे फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज वरचे क्वेश्चन्स आहेत ते असतील. The first ionization enthalpy of group elements falls sharply from oxygen to sulfur, then regularly from sulfur to tellurium. So this is the correct answer. It is a ionization enthalpy. We already know that ionization enthalpy is a decreases from down the group. Oxygen to sulfur, it is decreases sharply from oxygen to sulfur. Then it is fall regularly from sulfur to tellurium. So this is a, then fall regularly from oxygen to tellurium. So हे जे आन्सर आहे इथे sharply from fall from oxygen to sulfur and fall regularly from sulfur to tellurium. Then which of the following element is a group radioactive? Radioactive element. Oxygen is not radioactive element. Selenium is not radioactive element. Tellurium is not radioactive element. So radioactive element is the polonium. मी तुम्हाला मगाशी सांगितलं त्या प्रत्येक ग्रुपमध्ये एक एक रेडिओ एलिमेंट आहे ज्यावरती क्वेश्चन्स विचारलेला आहे. सो हा क्वेश्चन विचारलेला होता ज्यामध्ये विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग एलिमेंट्स ऑफ ग्रुप इज रेडिओ ग्रुप 16 मधलं रेडिओ एलिमेंट इज अ पोलोनियम. Then which of the following is the electronegative, most electronegative element? That is oxygen. Selenium is not electronegative element. Selenium is not electronegative element. Sulfur is not electronegative element. Oxygen is the electronegative element. Electronegative element means it electron deficient or it abstract the electronegative property. Electronegativity will be increases. So oxygen is the most electronegative element. Then the hybridization of sulfur in SO. SO means S double bond O. So it is a double bond characters. So sp hybridization for triple bond character. When any bond is a triple bonded, so triple bond sp sp2 and sp3, sp sp2 and sp3. How you can identify? So sp2 means double bond, sp3 means single bond, and sp means triple bond. sp3 असेल तर सिंगल बॉन्ड असेल तर sp3 हायब्रिडायझेशन, डबल बॉन्ड असेल तर sp2 हायब्रिडायझेशन आणि ट्रिपल बॉन्ड असेल तर sp हायब्रिडायझेशन. सो इन SO, S double bond O, hence it is double bond. Double bond means hybridization is sp2. So remember this, sp means triple bond, sp2 means double bond, sp3 means single bond. Here same 2 2 1, इथं 1 आहे त्यामुळे इथं 3 घेतले. 1 असेल तर ट्रिपल बॉन्ड, इथं 3 असताना इथं सिंगल बॉन्ड. सो ह्याचं एक्झाम्पल झालं तर अल्केन. ऑल अल्केन्स आर सिंगल बॉन्डेड, हेन्स इट इज sp3 hybridization. All alkenes are double bonded, hence they are sp2 hybridization. And triple bond means alkyne, YNE, alkyne characteristic. So here S double bond O, that is sp2 hybridization. Double bond means sp2. So it is the answer, sp2. Then bleaching action of sulfur dioxide is due to. So sulfur dioxide is used as a bleaching agent, and it is due to its acidic nature. Acidic nature is the characteristics of sulfuric acid, sulfur dioxide. So acidic nature is a correct answer. Then about H2SO4, which is incorrect. So H2SO4 act as a catalyst. Catalyst means it speed up the reaction. Then it act as a dehydrating agent. Dehydrating agent means what? It absorbs the water molecule from the dehydrating, means it absorbs the water, hence it is called as dehydrating agent. And it is also oxidizing agent. So these are the characteristics. And it is also highly viscous. So आता इथे जे प्रॉपर्टी, इथे जे ऑप्शन दिले ते तुम्ही क्रॉस चेक केले तर तुमच्या लक्षात येईल डिहायड्रेटिंग एजंट आहेच ऑलरेडी, सल्फोनेटिंग एजंट पण आहे, सल्फ्युरिक ऍसिड आहे मीन्स सल्फोनेटिंग एजंट, and it is highly viscous liquid, highly viscous acid. So this is also physical properties. But question is about H2SO4, which is incorrect. Incorrect statement विचारले, not correct statement. So it is not it is not reducing agent, it is a oxidizing agent. This is the property of H2SO4. तुम्हाला या प्रॉपर्टीज लक्षात ठेवायच्या आहेत ज्यावरून तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन विचारला जाऊ शकतो. सो H2SO4 is a oxidizing agent, it is not reducing agent. So this is a incorrect statement. So correct option is reducing agent. So the number of dative bonds in sulfuric acid molecule is. So dative bond means what? It is a coordinate covalent bond. Sulfur has valency 6 and it is a formula, it is a structure of H2SO4. Sulfur, double bond oxygen, dash OH and OH. So it is a molecular formula of H2SO4. So there is a no any bonds which is dative bond. Dative bond means coordinate covalent bond. ह्यामध्ये कोणताही बॉन्ड हा कोऑर्डिनेट कोवॅलंट बॉन्ड नाहीये. ज्यावेळी तुम्ही स्ट्रक्चर लिहिता कोऑर्डिनेट कोवॅलंट बॉन्ड इज इंडिकेटेड बाय दिस एरो. सो कोऑर्डिनेट कोवॅलंट बॉन्ड जेव्हा असं बॉन्ड कुठेतरी दिलेला असेल कोऑर्डिनेट कोवॅलंट तरच त्यामध्ये polonium is also radioactive element. Then astatine is not radioactive element. Iodine is a radioactive element. Iodine. Radon is also radioactive element. But the question is the radioactive halogen. They ask only the halogen. So radon, polonium, these are not halogen. Only in this option, only one is halogen. Hence, correct option is iodine. त्याने तुम्हाला रेडिओ हॅलोजन विचारला आणि हॅलोजन यामध्ये एकच दिलेला आहे तो म्हणजे आयोडीन. रेडॉन इज ऑल्सो रेडिओ पोलोनियम इज रेडिओ बट रेडिओ एलिमेंट नाही विचारले तर रेडिओ हॅलोजन विचारलंय. त्यामुळे करेक्ट आन्सर आहे आयोडीन. Then which of the following halogen exists in solid state? So all halogens are gaseous or in liquid form, but only one halogen is there which is in solid state. That is iodine is a solid state. Remember this, iodine is in a solid state. Fluorine, bromine and chlorine is not solid state. These all are halogens, but only one is a solid state. Solid state halogen is a iodine. ह्या टॉपिकचं जेव्हा तुम्ही स्टडी कराल तेव्हा त्याचे जे एक्सेप्शन्स आहेत प्रत्येक प्रॉपर्टीचे डाऊन द ग्रुप किंवा कुठल्याही प्रॉपर्टी हा ग्रुप स्टडी करताना एक एक प्रॉपर्टी अशी आहे जी एक्सेप्शन आहे त्यावरती फोकस केलात की तुम्हाला ह्याचे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व्ह होऊ शकतात. जसं की ह्याच्यामध्ये ऑक्सिजन, टेलेरियम आणि पोलोनियम. देन फ्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, आयोडीन. Focus on iodine element. When we study the iodine as an element, then we can solve the questions. Then helium, neon, argon, krypton and xenon. So xenon and Rn is very important element in this group. So mark the halogen that gives only one oxacids. Oxacids means it reacts when halogen is reacts with any oxygen molecule and there is a formation of oxacid. So oxacid, only one element that forms the oxacid, that is fluorine. Fluorine gives the reaction to form oxacid. Bromine does not give the reaction. Bromine cannot form the oxacid. Iodine and chlorine are not. Only the fluorine gives the oxacid reaction. Then which is radioactive noble gas? Noble gas means inert gases, that is group 18 elements. Group 18 elements are called as noble gas. Group 18 elements called as noble gas. Noble gas means what? These gases are do not react with. They are called as inert gas. They do not react with any other element. Their octet is complete. Octet means 2 8. These are the valence shell electrons. Hence, it do not react with any other elements, and it is called as noble gases. So, as a correct answer बघा, नोबल गॅस एलिमेंट म्हणजे जे ऑप्शन्स दिलेत ते ग्रुप 18 एलिमेंट्स मधले असतील. ग्रुप 18. Group 18 means last group. So helium is also group 18 element, xenon is group 18 element, neon is also noble gas, and radon is also noble gas. But the question is, which is radioactive noble gas? So correct answer is Rn, because xenon, neon and helium, these are not radioactive elements. Radioactive elements in group 16, 17 and 18. ग्रुप 16, 17, 18 मध्ये 3 ग्रुप मध्ये एक एक रेडिओ एलिमेंट आहे. 16 मध्ये पोलोनियम, 17 मध्ये आयोडीन आणि 18 मध्ये आर्यन. So these 3 group contain one radioactive element. Radioactive halogen विचारलं तर iodine is the correct answer. In group 16 polonium is a radioactive and in 18 aryan is a radioactive. Then according to effective atomic number concept, the central metal atom complex acquires inert gas configuration. आताच तुम्ही बघितलं inert gas configuration means noble gases having the configuration that is 2 8. Its valence shell is completed. It is fulfilled with the 8 electron. Its octet is complete. Octet means this fulfilled by the 8 electrons. Its octet is completed. Hence, it do not react with any other elements and they are stable. Due to this octet, these are the stable elements. All these electrons, all these other elements try to achieve this noble gas configuration. Try to achieve this noble gas configuration. Hence, according to effective atomic number concept, central metal ions in complexes acquire inert gas configuration, not duplet, octet, and quartet. So it is a inert gas configuration. So noble gases are highly electronegative, not. Noble gases are not electronegative. If they are electronegative, how they are inert gases? Noble gases are called as inert gases. Inert gases means what? They do not react with any other molecule. So noble gases are not highly electronegative. Highly electropositive, this option is also incorrect. Why? Because it is not electropositive. It is not highly electropositive. Then less electronegative. So less electronegative is also incorrect option, because noble gases are called as inert gases. It is not react with any other compound. Hence it is inert gases. Highly electronegative is incorrect. Highly electropositive is also incorrect. Least electronegative is also incorrect. So correct option is neither electropositive nor electronegative. Hence that's why noble gases are called as inert gases. Noble gases are called as inert gases. Inert gas means neither electropositive nor electronegative. Then the noble gas which does not form a clathrates is argon, helium, krypton and xenon. So which does not form any clathrates, that is xenon. Argon, helium and krypton forms a clathrates, but the one noble gas is there which does not form clathrates. It is called as xenon. Then xenon F2 molecules. The shape of xenon F2 molecules. Xenon F2 molecules. So it is a linear shape. It is a linear. That is 180-degree angle. Hence, it is a linear molecule. Xenon F2. It is a linear molecule. This is the structure of xenon F2. Then helium is used in balloons instead of hydrogen because it is a incombustile. Incombustile means what? It is not radioactive. Radioactive helium नाहीच आहे. So हे incorrect आहे. Radioactive means it do not give the radiation energy. Radiant. It is more abundant than hydrogen. Not. It is also not correct. Hydrogen is more abundant than helium. Lighter than hydrogen. These are also incorrect. But more correct. Correct option is incombustile. Incombustile means what? It do not burn. Hydrogen can be burned, but helium cannot be burned. Hence, it is incombustile is a option. Correct option. More correct option is incombustile. Means it burns. Which of the following noble gas is not present in atmosphere? So noble gas, which of the noble gas is not present in atmosphere? सगळे नोबेल गॅसेस आहेत जे ॲटमॉस्फिअर मध्ये आहे, पण एक जो रेडिओ एलिमेंट आहे विच इज डज नॉट इन our atmosphere. It is a radioactive element, so it can be prepared in laboratory. Helium is also present in atmosphere. Argon is present, neon is present, but radon is not present in atmosphere. So answer of this question is radon. The element which has not been reacted with fluorine, that is krypton reacts with fluorine, xenon reacts with fluorine, argon reacts with fluorine, but radon do not react with fluorine. The correct answer is Rn. Radon is a radioactive element. रॅन्डॉन वरती तुम्हाला जास्त बेसिक क्वेश्चन्स हे 3 एलिमेंट वरती आहेत, ज्यामध्ये रॅन्डॉन इज अ रेडिओ दिस 3 आर द रेडिओ एलिमेंट. हेलियम, निऑन, आर्गॉन, क्रिप्टॉन, झेनॉन एंड रॅन्डॉन. Then reactivity of inert gases increases from helium to radon. This is due to decrease in ionization, increase in ionization energy, change from delayed to octet configuration, and zero in electron affinity. So ionization energy and ionization is a decreases when we go down the group. Ionization is decreases in down the group. The helium to radon विचारले, radon to helium नाही. So helium to radon means when we go down the group. Helium This is helium. Helium 2 radon. Ionization energy will be decreases from down to group. Hence, reactivity will be increases. So reactivity of inert gases increases from helium to radon, and this is due to decrease in ionization from down to group. Alpha and beta forms of sulfurs at equilibrium temperature, that is equilibrium temperature means alpha and beta forms of sulfur. These are the allotropic forms. Alpha and beta form of sulfur means allotropes of sulfur, which is 95 degrees Celsius. This temperature is called as, so 95 degrees Celsius, it is a transition temperature. Transition temperature in which below the below 95 alpha form is more stable, and above 95 degrees Celsius beta form is more stable. Alpha form of sulfur and beta form of sulfur. Alpha and beta form means what? These are the allotropes. Alpha and beta are the allotropes of sulfur. So this temperature is called as transition temperature. It is for sulfur. For sulfur, it is a 95 degrees Celsius. Transition temperature is 95 degrees Celsius. Below 95, alpha form is more stable. Above 95, beta form is more stable. So correct answer is transition temperature, that is 95 degrees Celsius. Or it is sulfur. It is not critical temperature. For water, it is critical temperature. For water असेल तर critical temperature. Inversion temperature is also there. Boils temperature. Transition temperature is for alpha and beta form of sulfur. So it is 95 degrees Celsius. Which of the following has the highest value of dipole moment? Highest value of dipole moment. Dipole means two poles are formed. So these two poles are generated when there is a formation of any compound. So which is more electronegative halogen that has highest dipole moment? So answer is HR, hydrogen and iodine. So highest, it is not highest electronegative element. So ह्याच्यामध्ये कसं येईल, ज्याचं electronegative elements, most electronegative is a fluorine, then bromine, then chlorine and iodine. So correct option is fluorine. HF is the most electronegative element. It has highest dipole value, highest value on dipole moment. Then HI has longest bond length. Bond length characteristics आहेत ते HI has longest bond length. HI. H plus and I minus has longest bond length. This question is bleaching agent, bleaching action. Bleaching action is on sulfur dioxide. मगाशी जो क्वेश्चन बघितला ब्लीचिंग ऍक्शन हा सल्फर डायऑक्साइड वरती क्वेश्चन होता. देन अबाउट H2SO4 which is incorrect. सल्फ्युरिक ऍसिड वरती ऑक्सिजन फॅमिली मध्ये ऑक्सिजन अँड सल्फर these are the important elements in which oxygen and sulfur, these are the two important elements. Oxygen, uses of oxygen, uses of dioxygen, uses of sulfuric acid, uses of sulfur dioxide. The bleaching agent is the sulfur dioxide properties, and it is due to its reduction characteristics. Then dative bond and electronegative element is a oxygen. Then occurrence of each element. Occurrence means how it is a percentage of each and every element. That is, oxygen is the most abundant of all elements. Then the mass of प्रत्येक एलिमेंटचे जे पर्सेंटेज आहेत ते जास्त इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत. सो ऑक्सिजन इज द मोस्ट अबंडंट एलिमेंट. त्यावरती तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन विचारला जाईल. मोस्ट अबंडंट एलिमेंट इज अ ऑक्सिजन इन दॅन एनी अदर एलिमेंट. जे तीन ग्रुप मधले जे एलिमेंट्स आहेत त्यातला ऑक्सिजन हा मोस्ट अबंडंट एलिमेंट आहे. So ionization enthalpy will be decreases.